My name is Eric Martinson. I produced the following video on Christmas Eve 2011 for a social studies class at Beaverton High School. Where did you and Oma meet?
I met her in Boston, Massachusetts in 1960.
When did you come to the U.S.?
In June 1960, June 1960.
Why did you move to the U.S.?
Because of my parents. My father sent me over here. I was a bachelor. Because he says I don't amount to anything if I stay in the old country. Because I was always out. I don't like the system over there.
What challenges did you have when you first came to the U.S.?
Find a job. That is the first challenge. But I did everything to stay here. I don't want to give my dad the satisfaction from saying, see, I told you you're not making it. Because I was working in the yard. I was on I work in the candy factory. And I work in later on the tugboat with some friends in the engine room. But it was very cold in the Boston Harbor, so I quit.
I would figure that. Was it difficult to find a home?
No, it was not difficult to find a home. No, let me start from the beginning first, okay? After we found a job, it was very cold in Massachusetts. So I called my sister in Oregon and I asked her what the climate was in Oregon. And she says it has the same climate as in Holland, a marine climate. So we went to Oregon and then we found a job. But first we were living in a garage apartment for $6 a week. And we saved our money. And then we bought a home for $9,500. And our payment was $98 a month. And then from then on, we were 7 years there. And then we sold the home, we doubled our money, and we went to Gresham and we lived there.
So split entry. Where was the first home at?
Eastmoreland.
Eastmoreland.
On Lexington.
On Lexington Street.
Southeast.
Yeah.
And the first apartment is right here by that Target now. That's in Beaverton.
Yeah, that was there. The 105 Street is that.
And it's a senior assistant living home now.
No. I mean, but it was a house for Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
And we live in her garage for $6 a week. And I walked from there all the way. You know that Hong Kong store?
Yeah.
That is there in Beaverton, that Hong Kong store. There by Lombard. By Denny Street there. No, we walked from there, from house because I didn't have a car.
Did they have bus service back then either? No. Denny's.
Could you explain your immigration process?
And what do you mean by explain?
From when you left to when you got here, or from when you left from.
Can I help with more question?
Sure.
So what was the process for you to be able to come here? What did you have to do first?
Legally.
And then
legally. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what this is about.
First you apply for immigration. You have to apply for immigration. Then you have to fill out all kinds of papers, who you are, where you were born, and what are your plans going to America. And it says they are different. You cannot be this, there are different rules and regulations that you have to be able to function here. You have to speak at least a little English, and you have to have at least a semi-skill, because otherwise it's very difficult to find an employment, and you need a sponsor. And then after that, the American embassy will call you and you're gonna get a physical, complete physical. And if you pass all the physical, then you get an okay from the embassy that you are able to immigrate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. There is.
Did it cost money?
Oh yeah, it costs you because you have to pay for your.
Pay for-
So when did you become a full citizen?
In 1965, after 5 years of being in the country.
What testing did they did for you, or did you?
You have to know American history, and you have to be able to write a couple of sentences in English.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
How
Did
far
you-
back in history? Very
From the
far back?
Constitution. You have to
Really?
learn the Constitution
Yeah, it's
a
from
little
the very
bit.
beginning. I had a.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I have a list.
I
in my
still
bag.
have
I
the
can go get it.
Constitution at home. That's why if somebody tells me, about the Constitution, I say,
Yeah.
wait a minute, let me look it up first before I answer. You
Yeah.
see, because then I know
Yeah.
what they're talking about.
Okay, that's good.
You see.
Yeah, like we took a test on like the one that you probably took it too, but it's the older one, but on American history and like all that stuff, and it has like local history and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got 97% on it, so
Yeah, because
which is a weird.
at that
little
time
push.
was Eisenhower was president.
Yeah, that we probably took the same test then.
Yeah. Was Eisenhower was the president of the United States.
That's right, he was.
Yeah, in 1960.
That's right.
And we went under the Pastor Walter Act because we have to have an okay from Congress to have a certain amount of people from a certain country to come in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that again?
The
Walk
Pastor Walter Act.
Act?
Yeah, that's 2 congressmen. A petition, of course, by the Dutch government, because otherwise they don't know about us.
Yeah.
Did you have any difficulties when you major difficulties besides a job or getting a home when you
Yeah.
first came?
The major difficulty was discrimination that I never had in my life.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Okay, in housing, especially in housing.
Oh,
Yes, that's what I want to say to you.
Did they question you a lot about your income and stuff like that, or how did they discriminate?
No, in the neighborhood
Oh,
where we used to live,
yeah.
because
but
we
like
were the
some-
first one in that street.
who from your family in Indonesia came with you?
None.
None.
No, we were from Holland. We were from Indonesia. We immigrated from Holland, not from Indonesia. We were born in Indonesia,
That's what I thought.
and then we went to school in Europe, but it is from Holland that we immigrate over here.
Okay, so
It's a free will. It's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
We are not refugees. Let me put it this way. It's a free immigration. See, I can never say I flee the country because I was persecuted. It's out of my free own will that I came to this country. But the act itself needs to be okay by Congress. That's why I said the Pastor Walter Act was that. That's why we can go back. See, a lot of us,
Yeah.
if they cannot handle this, they go back. Like I said, her niece, she went back, and have some friends. Funke, he went back because he didn't want to go into the service.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Vietnam War was in that time, and he had to go in, but he doesn't want to go in, so he went back to Holland. You see, there's a lot of reasons. We are not refugees; we are free immigrants. Let me put it this way.
under their own free will, they
Yeah.
were able to come here.
Yeah, like my
No
brother, he was
political-
here.
No political
He has an American citizenship.
asylum. No
Yeah.
political asylum.
No, so he went back to Holland.
Did you regret your decision or
No,
ever?
never, because I don't like. Can I say socialist?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you'll love that.
No, yeah.
You need to say.
Yeah, no, I do not care for socialism. That's what I was. I don't know if I can say that or
So,
not, but
no,
Right,
in all
right.
seriousness, what are
Keep
some
her happy.
reasons that you don't think socialism is something that you like? I mean, what is it about it you don't like?
You cannot do anything with the money that you earn. The government is not for you, but you
You
are owned by
by
the
the
government. Let me put it this way.
Good.
It's not that the government is in this country. We own the government. The people own the government. But
Other people for the
in socialistic country is the government owns you. You see, and I do not like that. You see.
Okay, and then I think last question for me. When did you come to Oregon and why? And
That
for
was
what
in
reason?
January of '61. January '61. And the reason I went there because it was too cold in Massachusetts. That's what I said. That's a marine climate here. I couldn't take care. It was too cold over there. See?
I wouldn't like it either.
Yeah. And this is a marine climate like in Holland. It has
nice.
soft winters, really. In reality, it has soft winters.
It's true. What was it like in Holland
In
compared to
Holland-
here?
In Holland, it's just like any socialistic country, you know. You have no say-so of your own destination. I mean, that's the code. That's the one. Over here, you make your own destination. Over there, they
It's
tell you. This,
Yeah,
from
sure.
your birth till your
Great.
grave, they say no exactly all tell you what to do. You see, and I did not like it. Because I was always outside the country. Because, like I said, I was 9 months in Sweden. I still have the work permit somewhere there. And then I went on a ship, and I was in the Mediterranean. You see, it was so long. So I work on the ship, and I don't care what I do, as long as I'm outside the country.
What company did you work for on the ship in the Mediterranean?
No, it's from Holland company. It is the KNSM. En de KNSM is de Koninklijke Nederlandse Stoomvaartmaatschappij. De KNSM. Dat is a company, that is the name, KNSM, and
Yeah.
Rederij Amsterdam.
What do they do? I mean, do they ship people or do they ship product? Or?
No product,
So it's a freighter.
freighter, yeah.
Okay. And
And
what
a small coaster freighter.
what'd you do for them? What was your job?
I was sometimes in the engine room,
Oh,
Okay.
oil, and sometimes I was in the kitchen.
So when you're oiling the valves on the big diesel motors, right?
Yeah.
Because they're
This-
exposed, right?
Yeah. This
Here
they
goes.
tell
Here
you,
goes.
and then the first time there is somebody that will teach you where to put the oil and how many and so many, and then you have to clean up.
Pies?
Out of the oven.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
in there.
They've been in the oven since 10 minutes.
And then you have to clean up because you're the youngest one. You have to do all. They call it the youngest. They call you ketelbinky. A ketelbinky is the youngest one, and they have to do everything.
So
Like you do a rookie that has to do everything here. No, that's that too. This, if you want, they said, Benno, I need a cup of coffee. And I have to get you a cup of coffee. This, because I'm the youngest one, you can demand from
So
me.
how old were you when this was going on?
Oh, well, I was now before after 18,
Okay.
because I was the service first. I got from, I had to go.
What did you do in the military?
I was in the medical,
Doing what?
medic.
Okay, so like first
Medic.
aid.
So
Yeah.
like an EMT, right?
Yeah.
I was, and then we went to Germany and maneuvers over there with the NATO. I have my draft card from America. I have here, but I'm 3A because 3A means only in case of war that they can call me. You see, because I already served under NATO.
Oh, so it's like,
So I was in the Dutch army, but I served already.
oh, so
See?
like if there was like, in case of war, they can't just pull you back.
Yeah, in case of war, they can draft me. That's why the minute I came over here, I had to go to the draft board.
Yeah.
So
That's
even though
how-
he's here as an immigrant, he still has to be responsible for the country.
Exactly.
Because he
Yeah.
has to come here and they say,
Yeah.
yeah, but here are your requirements. Here's your responsibilities by
That's
coming
right.
here.
Isn't that
It's
a
the-
thing though being a traitor to the other? Because I thought if you served
No,
in the
no,
army
no,
in
no,
another
no.
country and you come
No.
to here and serve in this army.